Archbishop, I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
A new gilded framed picture adorns the diocesan offices in Bloomfield. Alongside it, a certification from Pope Francis himself. The newly minted 65-year-old Archbishop has spent time in Boston, Indianapolis, and most recently Vermont. Now he's here in Hartford to lead an ever-shrinking flock of faithful.
Why have people been leaving the church? And what's your plan to get them back in the pews, specifically young people?
There's a multitude of reasons for why people have left the church. I think what you're seeing across the culture is kind of like the death of what we call established religion. And there's also people who are not satisfied with the church's teaching on certain matters. I think there's also the cultural realities of social media, which tends to lead to isolation. The young people that are coming are attracted to the positive nature of the Catholic faith.
The church preaches a welcoming message of tolerance and acceptance, but do they embrace a changing social society?
What do you want to do to make the church more approachable, and how do you want to see the church evolve?
As far as the teachings of the church are, they're very clear. We're not moving the goal lines anywhere along the way, but they're done in a way that has to be merciful, respectful, patient, kind. And sometimes people find our teachings hard. I don't in any way want to shut the door on people who come in. I've been at places where people come up to me and say, Archbishop, I'm a transgender person, and I just wanted to introduce myself to you. I say, look, welcome. I said, I'm glad you're here. Let's walk together. And I don't say, well, because you don't measure up, you have to leave. If we were all called to measure up completely to the gospel, then none of us would be in church.
In recent years, the Catholic Church has struggled to shake the stigma of sex abuse. Convicted clergy in Connecticut have led to independent investigations and so to mistrust among the faithful. The church is working hard to gain back trust.
I think it's pretty well documented that at times in the church's history, priests who were accused of that were sent away to be quote-unquote rehabilitated, many of them here at the Institute of Living in Hartford. You think the church needs to be more transparent when it comes to those allegations of sexual abuse? And if one ever came across your desk, what would you do about it?
My goal is to continue to be as transparent as I can here with the Archdiocese of Hartford, building upon the good things that they already have here, that they're already doing, because there's a lot of transparency here. When we do receive an allegation against any adult who works for us, or any priest or deacon involving a minor, we immediately turn it over to law enforcement. We get out of the way.
Archbishop Coyne went on to say that he's committed to transparency and is even open to developing a database where the public would be able to search the record and background of all clergy members. Our conversation continues at 6 p.m. I'll ask the Archbishop about more topics, including church consolidations and closings, the war in the Holy Land of Israel, and where the investigation stands into that alleged miracle at a Connecticut church in Thomaston just about a year ago. In the studio, Caron, FOX61, Connecticut's news station.